What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I'm showing you guys my entire Ultra Boost collection. So as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, the Ultra Boost is one of my favorite silhouettes, probably only behind the Air Jordan 1. And I've really accumulated way too many of them. I mean, it's not like a Boost God level collection, but it's pretty reasonably sized. Some people, including my girlfriend, would say it's too many, but I would disagree with that. I think there's always room for more Boosts. I don't know, I love these sneakers. I think they're great. I have had a lot of other Ultra Boost sneakers in the past. I just couldn't afford to keep all of them. I just don't have the unlimited income that some sneaker YouTubers have. So I've really whittled this collection down to my favorite Ultra Boosts that I've ever had, and I really think I probably have about one for every occasion. So I think I'm kind of set. No matter what I'm doing, I should have a pair of Ultra Boosts to match. So why don't we get started with my most recent pickup, the Ultra Boost ATR Mid. This is a really interesting Ultra Boost silhouette. It's the first mid that's really widely available, or relatively widely available, and it's not the same cut as the other mids that have dropped on the market, and some people don't like that. Some people really don't like this collar area. I personally don't mind it. I don't think it's that bad. I kind of wish that they hadn't used black up at the top of this liner. It looks a little weird to me, but you know, that's just a small gripe. The sneaker itself is super wearable. I really dig the color. I've actually worn this a lot since I've copped it. Something that's interesting about this sneaker that I didn't actually know when I bought it was that Adidas added this paper thin layer of water resistant coating, which actually surprisingly works pretty well. I've worn this shoe in the rain, I've run it underneath the tap, and so far not really any water has gotten through, which is really impressive, especially for a knit upper, because all the other Ultra Boosts you can't really wear in the rain. So that's definitely a cool touch, and overall I think it's a great sneaker. Next up, we've got another recent release, the Triple White Ultra Boost Laceless. This is a shoe I didn't think I was gonna like even when I was clicking the buy button. I really only bought it at first because I wanted to review it, and the more that I looked at it and the more that I saw it in hand, I still wasn't sure about it, to be honest with you. It was really when I got this shoe on feet that I really started to love it. I think it's a super clean silhouette. I think this ribbing texture is a little weird. I'm not a huge fan of it, but when you see it on your feet, you don't really notice it as much. All the little things I didn't like about this sneaker kind of fell away when I tried the shoe on, and I've got to be honest, it's not my favorite, but it's definitely a good Ultra Boost sneaker. Next up, we've got one of my favorite Ultra Boosts of all time, and it's not really one of the most hyped Ultra Boosts, but I really love it because of the color and sort of the experiences I've had in the shoe. The Ultra Boost Parley. When I first saw the shoe in person, I was blown away because the blue is just so saturated and looks so great in person. I mean, it still looks great on camera too, but you really have to see this shoe to really get a feeling for how deep that blue is, and I love it. I'm also a huge fan of the fact that this shoe is made up of recycled materials. I think that's a really cool touch, and I think that's really cool that Adidas is working with Parley on creating shoes like that. My favorite features on the shoe, of course, are the wave pattern in the heel cup and also this nylon or sort of mesh feeling cage. It looks really sick and it has this really nice sheen to it that I dig. But all the aesthetic reasons aside, one of the reasons I really love this shoe is because this is one of the only shoes I took with me on my trip to London and Ireland with my girlfriend for SneakerCon London. That was just a great trip. SneakerCon London was definitely awesome. Meeting a lot of you guys was awesome, but it was really about spending quality time with my girlfriend and also my extended family in Ireland. That's something I don't get to do a lot, and just going back and experiencing my roots and just seeing where my mom grew up and where my family was from was super meaningful to me. It's not the first time I've done that, but it's the first time I've done it in my sort of adult life on a self-funded trip, so that was definitely important to me. And this is a sneaker I wore 90% of the time, so this has good memories. Next up is the Ultra Boost 3.0 Triple Black. This is not my first Triple Black Ultra Boost. I actually had the Triple Black 1.0s, and actually shout out to Teddy the Boost God for that, because he tweeted out that there was pairs available at the Adidas Broadway and Houston store. So I ran over there on my lunch break, met up with him, grabbed a pair of the Triple Black 1.0s and another pair of Ultra Boosts, which I'll show you guys in a bit. But the reason I don't have that pair of 1.0s anymore is because a good friend and coworker of mine had wanted that pair since he first saw leaked images of it. So I figured, I mean, he should have it more than I should. So I sold it to him, and he's been rocking it ever since. But after getting rid of that pair, a couple other Triple Black pairs dropped, and I wasn't a huge fan of them. And then finally, when I saw that this pair was releasing, I figured I need a pair of Triple Black Ultra Boost. It's kind of a staple in your collection. And I really dug this new sort of ridged matte heel cup, so I figured this is the one to pull the trigger on, and I waited in line and copped them. Next up, we've got the only pair of Ultra Boost Uncaged in my collection, the Ultra Boost Uncaged Gray. So this was the first non-1.0 variant of the Ultra Boost to drop, and for that reason, I wanted to grab a pair early just to get a review out there. So I paid a little bit more than I should have for this shoe. I think it was something like $340 or something insane like that, especially since these guys didn't really sell out when they dropped, so that was kind of a mistake on my part. But that review introduced me to a lot of you guys, so I can't be too mad about it. But this is a sneaker that when I first got it, I really liked it and I wore it a lot. And then the more that I saw it up against the regular Ultra Boost, I just started to not love that sort of overly sporty look. It's just not a sneaker I really rock anymore, unfortunately, but it's still a good shoe. Next up, we've got a recent release with the Ultra Boost 3.0 Multicolor. I think this shoe is one of the most well-executed multicolor sneakers of all time. I think it's really, really well done. I love the way that the colors are woven in with a base layer of black. I think that really grounds the sneaker and kind of gives it a more subtle, or as subtle as you can get with a multicolor sneaker look. I love how vibrant the colors are. I love how there's a lot of different colors. Some multicolor sneakers are mainly in a shade of pink, or mainly in a shade of yellow or blue or whatever it is. But this particular one, it really truly is a multicolor sneaker, and I dig that. I still have yet to wear this sneaker, and I definitely need to break it out sometime soon because winter is coming, and I don't really want to screw it up in the weather, so maybe I'll let it sit till next year. I'm not sure. The next sneaker is one of my favorite Ultra Boost 3.0 colorways, the Ultra Boost 3.0 Burgundy. Burgundy or maroon is just one of my favorite colors in general, and having that color on a sneaker like this where it's just so saturated and so bright, I think looks great. I kind of wish they had toned down the white accents in the knit and made it maybe a darker shade of burgundy or something like that. It's actually funny, when I first dropped my review of the shoe, a couple people called it the raw meat Ultra Boost, and I definitely see where they're coming from, but I still love the sneaker and I still think it looks great. This is also probably my most worn Ultra Boost 3.0. Next up, we've got an Ultra Boost 2.0, the 3M Black Reflected. I was never a huge fan of the 2.0s. I think the color blocking on the toe box was a little bit much and a little bit too bold. I really didn't like a lot of the colors for a lifestyle sneaker, in my opinion. The reason I grabbed this shoe is because I think the black and the silver works really well together. I really love 3M shoes, and I think out of all the 2.0s, this is probably my favorite. These last three sneakers are probably the most hype Ultra Boost that I own. So starting it off, let's get into my most worn Ultra Boost out of every pair that I have, the Ultra Boost 1.0 3M. No matter what Ultra Boost I get in the future, this pair will always be my favorite and will always have a special place in my heart because this was the first one that I ever grabbed. And actually, to be fair, I bought two, but at the time I didn't realize I was gonna like the sneaker so much, so I returned the second pair, which was a huge mistake. And I really regret that. But there's a lot of shoes that I gave up that I regret, so I can't be too mad about it because I did get a lot of wear out of the one pair that I did have. Oh man, can you imagine if I had another one of these on ice just waiting for me? That would have been great. But the Ultra Boost 1.0 knit pattern is by far my favorite knit pattern, not just because of the aesthetics of the shoe, but because it's the original. I really love the way the sneaker looks. I really love how balanced the colors are. I love the fact that it's 3M. I think that's sick. And overall, man, as beat up as these sneakers are, I mean, I still rock them sometimes. And even when these just get totally destroyed, I'll probably save them just because, I mean, my Ultra Boost reviews were one of the reasons this channel started to do well. So that means I can't really forget the first Ultra Boost that got me started. My second to last pair is another pair of Ultra Boosts I still haven't rocked yet. And I think that's because I waited to rock these guys. And now the more time that I wait, the more hesitant I am to break these guys out because I don't want to screw them up. That's really not a great reason, but I'm definitely gonna wear these guys at some point. So might as well tell you guys what they are. They're the Ultra Boost reigning champs. This is the other pair of shoes I picked up with Teddy. It was like a freak restock. The fact that they restocked the 1.0 triple blacks and the reigning champs was crazy. But this is a shoe that I just love the colorway of so much. I couldn't get rid of. That static sort of wool knit is just so fresh. I just love it because it's a super clean sneaker. The colorway is super fresh. It's just dope. Finally, the last Ultra Boost in my collection is the Ultra Boost and Kiff Mid. I was lucky enough to win the raffle at Kiff, which kind of blows my mind because this is a super limited sneaker. And just the fact that I actually was able to buy these for retail is kind of crazy to me. This sneaker was super exciting when it first dropped because it was the first Ultra Boost Mid. It was a totally different silhouette from any other Ultra Boost that had dropped, and it has this really cool sort of grandma's sweater knit to it, which I think is awesome. It's just so different and so out there, and if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that Kiff is like my favorite retail store, even though they don't let me film in there, which is kind of lame, but it is what it is. I just think it's a really cool sneaker that can pop with any outfit, and it's really comfortable, so it's just one of my favorites. That's pretty much it for my collection today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know what you think of my collection, what sneakers you think I should grab, and what sneakers you have in yours. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to me, Seth Fowler, if you want to see more content just like this, and follow me on all other forms of social media. The links will be in the description below.